my spirit, my intellect, I guess, rejects numbers that I can't legitimize. And when I say legitimize, I say this, and I said this before. I've always had a hard time. I still continue to have a hard time in speaking about Mike Duggan as the mayor and his 50,000 votes. I have a hard time speaking about it because my mind does not allow me to legitimize the illegitimate. All right. So when I see this power structure, and I agree with that statement, Mr. Jessup, when you hear that again, I'll give you credit. The city shouldn't be full of powerful. The city shouldn't be full of powerful people. It ought to be powerful in and of itself. But there is a political anomaly taking place here, because if you just subscribe to the normal tenets of democracy, and you're right, Mr. Jessup, it only happens here where the leadership, the ultimate leadership, is not representative of the city residents. It's a political anomaly, and when I figure it out, Angela and Jessup, we're gonna kind of bottle it, sell it, and be millionaires. When we get to how we get people to vote and support a system that by and large proves itself not to be operating in its best interest. There's a book that explains it real good. It's called What's the Matter with Kansas? And she breaks down this anomaly of how politics practice over long spans of time can change a person's political and social landscape to the point to where when they look to it, they see the very minimum that it offers them, and then they kind of just acquiesce to the rest. You know, it's sort of that put my privacy fence up, close my front door after I got my groceries, and I'm not gonna worry about how everybody else gets theirs. And for Black folk, it departs from what we know has brought us over. I'm gonna go old school on you, those bridges that brought us over. Community. We always found our strength in numbers, but those numbers now, to Mr. Jeff's point, you know, as much as it pains me to say so, it is what it is, but what the hell is it? It's still not making sense to me. How you come out, and I'm gonna say this, Angela, and it, again, it's a political point of discussion. When you look at what this mayor has done in his 8 years, admitting crimes on television, all right? Various discrepancies with proposal in, demolition, monies going to nonprofits, and then you turn around and marry the head of the nonprofit that the state called. If that had been Brandon Jessup, and Brandon Jessup, if he just admitted to bid rigging on television, they would have tried to crucify him on his mother's front lawn, all right? But right now, Black and white seem to take this, and my only viable excuse, I shouldn't say excuse, but my only viable explanation is the promise of capitalistic gain, all right? You know, we can put a little money here, we can build a few local housing units there, and y'all gonna be all right. But yet we still hear the echoes down the halls of the conversation on there being two Detroits. One distinctly being the haves, and the other distinctly being the have-nots. And in the middle are all of us politically woke folk that are asking what the hell is going on?